This is a trapping video, folks, as in trapping wild animals. Now, if you're not into that, please don't watch. Just go somewhere else. But if you would like to accompany on my trap line, you're more than welcome. So let's go check some traps. But first off, I'd like to give a shout out to Kim Reisner Outdoors. He lives across the hill here. He's got a channel. So I'd appreciate it if y'all would show him some support. So let's go. Back on this contour again. Got 4 sets back here. Just caught a bobcat around that way yesterday. Got another cat set over there. Old coon carcass hanging out. But anyway, finally got a yote. Just a dirt hole set, which of course has been trashed. I will remake that though. I'll just put another backing in. Number 2 Bridger Douglas. Just got it by 2 toes. Usually the whole paw will be in there, but it held. It's a decent sized male. The fur's not too bad either, not for here. So pretty happy with that. So yeah, that is my first yote of the season. It's weird. Like I said, this time last year I probably had, at least 18 or 20 probably. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at some old footage. But pretty happy with this, like I said. 2 toes. Get this one loaded up and go check a few more sets. Supposed to get some more rain. Hope that don't happen. Anyway, onward. Got it loaded up there, and we made this set. Little my blue cheese and meat bait there in the dirt hole, and some Caven's Canine Force, and the trap's right in there. So be interesting to see if we connect on this one again. Like I said, in this spot here I have caught bobcats, coons, and yotes, and a gray fox or 2. So it's a good spot. Okay, now we got to get moving. I'm down here along the creek, obviously. It's raining, the weather's been crappy for sure, but caught a beaver here. 330 Bridger. I had a stick back in that little cubby place with Dobbins Beaver Plus on it, and just fenced it in a little bit. 330 over the entrance there. Didn't look like a big one, but we'll go down here and check it out. Oh yeah, by the way, I need to give a shout out to Outdoors Daily. He asked me if I would. I said no problem, so I will try to put a link to that channel and to Kim Reisner Outdoors. So let's go have a look. This water was clear yesterday when I set this trap. Come on, got no gauntlets on. Yeah, that's a 2-year-old. Well, let me get this critter up on the bank and we'll get a better look at it. Well, there it is up on this big rock. Put my number 9 boot up there. Yeah, that's a 2-year-old. Decent suitcase catch. And that 330 Bridger. So, load this one up and get on down the line. I'm down here on Quicksand Creek, trying to catch a few beaver, and spotted this sign a while back. Figured I'd give it a try. Big pile over there, and then you can see that slide. Figured that'd be a good place for a 330 Bridger. So I set one yesterday, and There, as you can see, got a beaver. Looks pretty good size from here, but have to climb down this bank and wade the creek and see what we got. Let's go. That's a good one. Right by the head. I just put a little Dobbins Beaver Plus there. Base of that slide. I'll get this one out and I'll check back here and see if there's any more activity. With these creek beavers, sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly how many of these there are in the area, so we'll see what happens. Onward. Back on this contour that I trap every year, and had a cubby set here. Caught a bobcat in this a while back, and now we got a yote. That's a young male, looks like, about 2 toes. Number 2 Bridger Douglas. Just a raccoon carcass, what's left of it for bait. So there you go, yote number 2 on the year. Man, am I behind. So I want to reset this. In this set, like I said, caught a coon, a bobcat, and now this yote. So seems to be a good spot. You can see I've caught stuff here over the years. This set works every single season. Has not failed me yet. Stuff's chewed this old Alamala bush up. Let me load this up and remake this set and get on down the line. We'll see what happens next. Onward. There's a few beaver in here. I've been trapping this holler for 3 or 4 years. A lodge over that way. Anyway, I've got a couple traps up this holler. They've got several ponds. There's 2 up there and 1 up that way. And like I said, I've got a couple sets out, so we'll go check them, see if we did any good. They move between these all the time, so sometimes it's kind of hard to find a hot spot. But I got some crossover sets, and I got 1 snare up here, so we'll go see if we did any good. Had a crossover set up here. The trap is missing, and the beaver drug it all the way down here in this old culvert. It's a pretty decent sized one. They said they're crossing back and forth between these ponds. There's another one up there somewhere. So I'll probably reset this, see what happens. I hope you can hear me over the water. I'll get this one out and get it loaded up. That's a 330 Bridger, like I said, it's crossover set. And the weather's just been all over the place, so I know people wonder why I dress this way, because, you know, like, it's probably 40, 45 degrees out here today, but that's why. When you're on a 4-wheeler and say it's 20 degrees and you're doing 30 miles an hour, you're looking at -20. So that's my explanation for dressing this way. It's a wind chill thing. So my friends up north, you can have a good laugh, but it does get a little chilly on that thing. So I guess that'll be it on this episode, and we'll see what the rest of the season brings. It's been pretty slow, so I got my fingers crossed. So catch y'all later.